Hi, this is Murray from Designed Eyes, optometrists and spectacle makers in Rosebud. I want to talk to you today a little bit about high-index lenses. High-index lenses are lenses that are dense in terms of their material and can be made thinner for the same prescription. You may have heard about them, you may be wearing them. But what I really want to talk about is the cases where they're needed or not needed. High index lenses come in a variety of different materials. The standard index material is 1.5 index, which is CR39, and most lenses are dispensed in that material. But then the refractive index of the material can increase to 1.53, 1.6, 1.67, 1.74, and there are additionally higher refractive indices that can be used to make lenses which are higher in prescription, in particular very thin. Now, I guess the main point I'm trying to make is that the choice of whether you go to a high index lens or not is rather complex. It depends on your prescription, frame choice, frame size, material of the frame, and also your own facial dimensions. It's, as I've said before, spectacle making is much more complex than most people think. It requires a lot of calculations, which for an optical dispenser of my experience, I can just do in my head very quickly. I tend to know by experience what a lens is going to look like in a given frame, in a given prescription, in a given index, without really having to actually get out the pen and paper or calculator. However, so I tend to make a decision based on my experience. High index lenses do cost more. The price goes up quite significantly once we start getting up into the 1.67 to 1.74 indices. And I think that you need trusted professional advice to advise you on what index lens is best for you and for your choice of frame that you've selected. So it comes down to the experience of the person that you're dealing with to get the best advice. I do know that large corporates tend to be profit driven and will tend to suggest more expensive products when they are of little to no benefit, because they have targets to meet and they are under pressure from management to perform and increase sales volumes. I don't operate like that. Here at Designed Eyes in Rosebud, we do what's best for you. If I think that you really must have a high index lens, I will tell you, you must have a high index lens, or your glasses will be very thick or too heavy or unwearable, or they won't fit in the frame. I will give you an honest assessment of what is best for you, not what is best for me. I like high index lenses because they do often turn out flatter, thinner, just more aesthetically pleasing, and they're also often very high tensile. So when we go and do a rimless type of mounting for your glasses, it's imperative that we do a high index lens. In saying that, the very high index lenses become more brittle and the risk of breaking starts to appear again. As with the 1.5 lenses, which I spoke about earlier, they are completely unsuitable for any rimless application. They will break quite quickly. The 1.6 indices, 1.53 Trivex and 1.67s are all suitable for rimless applications. So if you've been told you need high index lenses, you need to perhaps just ask, do I really need these? Or would a lower index material be suitable, and so consequently a cheaper material be suitable for my application? That really can only be determined by a well-trained, well-experienced professional in the field. That generally means a very well-trained optical mechanic, dispenser, who has been preferably making lenses over a long period. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you got some useful information from that.